Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to round 5 of the MaD Dragon Rugby Championship 2024. Bledisloe Cup getting us kicked off for round 5. Australia going up against New Zealand. Taking a look at the table as it stood at the end of round 4. The All Blacks in second place on 11 points. The Wallabies narrowly behind on 9 points after their win versus Argentina. The gap between both teams and first place is pretty narrow, so both teams will know a win on the cards today could mean big things for this tournament, and it will be the Wallabies to get us kicked off and underway through the boots of Noah Lolesio. Goes for a high short kick. Oh, and Phillip does well to actually get underneath that ball. Jake Gordon has gone out to the left. Maybe thought that wasn't the right move, but does well to Corey-Betty, getting absolutely clattered in the tackle there by the New Zealand defender. Taro Lomax coming in for a massive shot there as Valetini this time carrying up, taken well though, chopped down at the legs by Damien McKenzie, allowing New Zealand to get the first turnover of the game inside their own 22. Finlay Christie starting at scrum half today, goes for our first box clearance of the day, getting back into that Australian half as Andrew Kellaway nearly slips through a gap in that midfield. New Zealand will have to keep an eye on that today. We know how dangerous these Australian backs can be when they're allowed to open up, as Leota gets it out to Corey-Betty, trying to get it around Will Jordan, bounces through one, but Finlay Christie comes in from behind with an enormous tackle. It's a really high shot on Corey-Betty, takes him straight off his feet, and with his opportunity today to start in that scrum half position, has he just maybe squandered games going forward with that massive tackle? Will put New Zealand on the back foot with a yellow card and will allow Australia to move up into that New Zealand 22. They've turned down going for the 3 points. Maybe thought points early on could be a really nice move for them, but Wilson takes it well at the line out as Lolesio throws a loose pass, and New Zealand do well to get a turnover. That is a great exit clearance kick as well, puts them all the way back up to the Australian half. New Zealand will be really happy with that portion of defence. Australia might be slightly less happy with that one, as this time the line-out goes out the back. And Damien McKenzie reads it like a book as it goes out. Well picked up, and suddenly even a man down on the field. They're doing well to recover the ball themselves, as this time Ethan Blackadder has to move into that scrum half position. Gets it out to Will Jordan. Might be slightly isolated this time, and Jake Gordon thinks he's seen room around the back there. Gets the kick around, and Beauden Barrett's having to run back for it. Wrapped up by Gordon, his men supporting in that ruck, but New Zealand do well to hold on. This time the lock has to move in to try and get involved with that scrum half position. No one on the field. They're just having to try and take it in turns at the minute. This time Geordie Barrett steps in to just play that position where there's still a man down. They've managed this yellow card situation really well so far. This time an offload sees it go out to Scott Barrett, charging up towards the halfway line. Severis calling for the ball to go a little bit wider out. Eventually does. Gets the kick up the field, caught well though by Tom Wright, who's this time looking for that counter-attacking run. He pops it off to Wilson, to Hunter Paisami, gets it out to Corey-Betty, manages to just get that kick away. Beauden Barrett having to turn once again, chasing this one down. Can he go on his own counter-attack this time? This game is opening up, and this time Taro Lomax carrying it up, and Geordie Barrett nearly hitting the gap there. New Zealand playing so well to get back on this front foot, considering that early yellow card, as Tom Wright this time wants to just try and put that ball downfield. Will he find grass? It's just gone slightly too far. Nearly a brilliant kick by them will allow Finlay Christie to get back on the field at the end of his yellow card, and New Zealand have managed to deal with that situation so well. What a massive negative for them early on, but the coach will be very, very happy with how they've managed to hold out with 14 men, and there he is, the new onto the field, Finlay Christie, back from off the bench, and this time Hardy Sarvea once again bouncing through tackles. We've seen it throughout this tournament. You know how good of a ball carrier he is. And there again, another nice loose pass going through the middle. And this time Wilson trying to charge down to get to Will Jordan. Manages to get the inside pass to Geordie Barrett up into that 5-metre channel. And Finlay Christie wants to go quick to Ethan de Groot, just getting chopped down at the legs, not managing to get through. And again, this time a little bit static on the attack. He's trying to play it quickly, but no one else is really ready for the speed they want to play out. This time, Severis gets around Andrew Kellaway and scores in the corner. Severis, of course, had a hat-trick in last week's game. Could be on for another one today. That is a great piece of work to get around the wing. Had a lot of work to do. Finlay Christie's been looking to play this fast ball. Rico Ioane there took it a little bit static, got absolutely clattered, but this was great vision by him. Noah Lolesio is a little bit tight to that. No one really there. Andrew Kellaway really has to do better to get out onto that wing, and Severis running it over for the first try of the game. And Damien McKenzie will know points will be important in this game, getting all of these kicks could be the deciding factor between winning and losing this game, and how much will Australia rue the opportunity to have turned down the 3 points earlier on from that yellow card situation. Damian McKenzie slotting that one through, takes New Zealand out to a 7-point lead, and Noah Lolosio once again going for this high kick ball. Can they get on the end of it once again? And Wilson this time managing to get on the end of it, well collected, and they go out quickly to Corriabetti, tries to run it round. Ardie Savea, though, a bit of a unit, just pushes him into touch. And New Zealand will have their line-out stolen, though, by Phillip in the line-out. And maybe this is going to open up for them, because New Zealand did not seem ready for that ball to go loose. And Hunter Paisami taking it on the diagonal. Oh, couldn't slip out between the hands there. And Jake Gordon this time wants to go quick. Not working for him. The ball going loose in the tackle as well. And New Zealand once again recovering so well when they're put in their own 22. Get another turnover. A little bit bunched up this time. But it is Taylor bouncing his way through now. Still going. The march carrying on. There's some room opening up. Who is on Ioane? Who's going to be able to get back for him? As Corriabetti has to run back across and make an enormous try-saving tackle. Australia are on the back foot out of absolutely nowhere. Rieko Ioane hit that gap so well there, but a loose ball letting them down, and Fainga'a manages to sweep it up. And this time Corriabetti's trying to outrun Ardie Savea. Doesn't let him get away. Ardie Savea is dominating this wing at the minute for some reason, but he's doing so well. And Leota also getting crushed in the tackle. Sam Cane, unfortunately, maybe a bit too eager to go into the sheds at half-time. Hands in the ruck penalty will give Australia one more play to try and do something. And Australia have been struggling so far in this match as Noah Lolosio kicks them upfield. That's a good kick, more towards that 22 of the All Blacks. Huge line out opportunity for Australia as they go out the back. They try to play that long pass again, and Damian McKenzie once again spots it, but not supported by his own men, and Australia managed to get the turnover. Hunter Paisami pops it off to the big man, Taliala Tupou, who passes it out to Andrew Kellaway. Will have been upset earlier on to have not done a bit better. Bounces through. Beauden Barrett, New Zealand, having to try and get back to sort this one out. Hunter Paisami, hands off. Scott Barrett this time. They're still marching forward, and Jake Gordon wants to try and snipe himself. Gets around Ethan de Groot. Australia looking towards that try line, knocking on the door, but once again, this New Zealand defence in their own 22 is absolutely formidable, as Leota this time pops it out to Fainga'a. Still can't make ground, and New Zealand get yet another turnover. Finlay Christie just wants to kick that ball out, but it doesn't work for him, and Corriabetti has to go for a grubber kick around the outside, not working for him, and Australia get one more turnover. What can they do here? Corriabetti, who started them out on this attack, picks up the ball to Leota. Or maybe should stop a little bit short there. Not really got support players with him. As Wilson to Lolosio. Once more to Hunter Paisami, who's looking out wide to Andrew Kellaway if he can dive into the corner, and does. Andrew Kellaway maybe not happy with that earlier exchange to have let that try get around him, but this time goes over for his own try to bring Australia back into this game. That was the tackle I thought New Zealand might be able to get a turnover there. Look at the Jackalers going in. Both Blackadder and Ardie Savea going in there. Two massive players. Severies having to bite in for that tackle. Just too much effort for Beauden Barrett to get back across. And it looks like maybe Ardie Savea has actually picked up an injury there, because Luke Jacobson is warming up on this side of the pitch, and I think he'll be coming on for Ardie Savea. That could be a big blow to this All Black squad early on in this game, as Noah Lolosio slots it through. They'll go in at half-time, 7-all apiece. How important was turning down the 3 points earlier on? Well, we always know the Bledisloe Cup is going to bring us a fearsome game with some big drama, but maybe not quite what we expected today. The Wallabies going up against New Zealand, always going to be looking to have a really big impact into the game, but an early yellow card coming in for Finlay Christie put New Zealand on the back foot, being down a man for that opening 10 minutes after a high shot on Corriabetti out on this wing. But New Zealand did well. Good game management from them, being able to seal out that yellow card without conceding any points. Australia turning down, going for the 3 points and going for the corner, but not working for them. We have to say the All Blacks defence in their own 22 has been absolutely superb today, and it was New Zealand getting on that scoreboard early on. The yellow card up, Finlay Christie back onto the field, that injection of pace from the back of the ruck, shipping it out wide, and being able to see Severies get round a bit of a lazy tackle by Andrew Kellaway to score over in the corner, converted by Damian McKenzie. We thought maybe for all intents and purposes it could be the only score of the half. Australia have really struggled to make the most of any opportunity getting into that New Zealand 22, but through the boot of Corriabetti, chipping it round and getting turnovers in the New Zealand breakdown. The first one of the day being a turnover in New Zealand's own 22, shipping it out wide, getting those extra men. Taniela Tupou handing it out to Andrew Kellaway to score in the corner, and Lolosio to draw it level. 7-all apiece at half-time, but a late injury to Ardie Savea could mean a big blow for someone who has defended his wing so well. Corriabetti not making any room. Let's see what happens in the second half. On to the second half then, and two replacements to talk about at half-time by the Wallabies. Ali Alatola is coming on for Taniela Tupou in that prop department, maybe a little bit knackered after a big run towards the end of that first half, as well as Jordan Pataya has come on to Andrew Kellaway's wing. They maybe weren't happy with that earlier piece of defensive work by Andrew Kellaway, so Pataya getting his shot now as Hunter Paisami gets it out to Corriabetti, who's been looking for room down this wing, but it's been shut down well all day by Ardie Savea. But with him off the pitch now, maybe he thinks he can make room down that wing to Paisami, who gets absolutely nailed in the tackle there. I think that was Ethan Blackadder coming in for an enormous shot and not letting him through. And New Zealand get yet another turnover at the breakdown. It's been a real fearsome battle today. And there is Luke Jacobson on his first carry of the game. And once again, it's Blackadder getting out to Geordie Barrett, getting out to Sever Reece. Geordie Pataya has to step in for his first tackle of the game on Reece. Going to try and take over control of that left-hand wing as Ethan de Groot this time bouncing through the tackles. Good move by him, and Geordie Barrett filling back in at scrum half. Oh, and they're setting them off to a great pace. Once again, they're up into that Wallabies half already so early on in this second half. Or the grubber kick coming in by Will Jordan, maybe not the way to go. Australia will just recover this one. They are stuck right up against the edge of that touchline though, and Tom Wright, oh no, loses the ball in the tackle. Can they manage to recover? They don't. And Luke Jacobson, who came on just at the end of the first half, gets over for a try. What a mistake coming in there by Tom Wright. Maybe just trying to go for the exit clearance. Drops the ball, leaving that ball to go loose. Great vision by the new number 8 onto the field. There it is. Actually got hit in the tackle earlier on. Nobody reading that it got back there, and Luke Jacobson carries it over. An early try in this second half. What a replacement. Ardie Savea might be looking on from the bench, wishing that could have been him, but great vision, great impact from the bench. That's what you want to see when you have these substitutes come on, making that impact to the game. And Damien McKenzie to maybe take them back out to a 7-point lead, and does. It's a great kick once again by Damien McKenzie. His team haven't been giving him the easy kicks today, but New Zealand go back into the lead as Noah Lolosio once again going to go for that high up and under that we know he loves doing. And Angus Bell this time doing well to get under the ball for a prop. Great job by him as Hunter Paisami leaves a bit of a loose pass. Phillip does well to recover the ball, and Jake Gordon wants to try and slip it through himself. Grubber kicks it on, comes off the boot though of Will Jordan, and unfortunately won't be going anywhere there. Ball, but well, Gordon wanted to go quickly. No one else had touched the ball. He is allowed to do that. Maybe they haven't felt too confident in how their line-out has been working for them so far. Wanted to go quickly, and I actually think the referee is giving an advantage here for it coming off of a New Zealand hand, trying to stop that quick throw-in. So they've actually got an advantage for the knock-on as Corriabetti charging up, trying to get around Will Jordan. Can't manage it. And New Zealand once again in this 22, just absolute monsters in defence as Tom Wright this time trying to run across the field, get that diagonal attack to Al Alatoa, new to the field. Len Ikitau can't quite get those hands away to Angus Bell, who pops it off to Geordie Pataya, new to the field. Oh, Finlay Christie doing well to chase him down. This time, who is with them as Australia want to just go through the forwards through Angus Bell to Rodder, bouncing through another couple of tackles. They're looking for that ball. It won't go out wide though to Corriabetti, and Finlay Christie once again with this box kick. What, finding grass in that backfield is really punishing Australia, who maybe would like to have a rest at a set piece. They won't get it, and now they're having to play on as Paisami this time taking it on to Ikitau, managing to get the pop pass away from his opposite number. Is the ball going high? Who's on the end of it? Corriabetti manages to collect his own kick. Can they keep it going? Jake Gordon once again going for these sniping runs. It's maybe not working for them. Gets taken down in that tackle, and another turnover coming in for New Zealand, but that time might be a little bit isolated and is. And Jake Gordon screaming for the ball to go out to the left. Has to go in and fill in himself as distributor. Betty runs into the brick wall that is Will Jordan in defence on that wing. Nowhere to go. And this time Hunter Paisami trying something a bit different. Getting it out across to the other winger to Jordan Pataya. Going one-on-one with Reese in the corner. Doesn't make it work for him. And Damien McKenzie does well to punish that. Australia are trying everything just to find any way through this New Zealand defence. They just aren't letting them. Can they go out quickly now? To the left, Lolosio to Leota. Time is not on their side, and this time Hunter Paisami wants to try and charge it up himself. They're looking for any sort of angle, and they get it out to Betty. He's going to have to try and get around Sam Cane. Doesn't manage it, and another turnover with only 2 minutes left on the clock. New Zealand just need to try and hold this one out. They've got to try and fight for this ball. Finlay Christie stuck on their own 5-metre line. They're just going to go through the forwards, through the phase play. They just want to get this ball kicked into touch. They've gone out really wide here, and Will Jordan boots it into touch, and that will be the game. What an impact a bench can make sometimes. Luke Jacobson coming in for that try early on in that second half, the deciding factor. Eventually that penalty decision to not go for the 3 points with the yellow card situation, just didn't end up mattering. But Australia will feel very annoyed they couldn't get more on the scoreboard. New Zealand absolutely brutal in defence in their own 22 today. You can see by the shirts how busy they've all been. New Zealand take this one 14 points to 7. Do you think this could be a realistic scoreline we could be seeing on the weekend, or do you think Australia could bounce back and maybe take a win in the Bledisloe Cup? Drop it down in the comments, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.